one, at least compared to that one. But being recorded, it was on the last album we did, and so it's got a little story behind it. So I'll tell you a story. I told it at the first house concert I did here, with which must have been 2 years ago. But so the song's called "For the Land."
Yeah.
And really love the song. Tell this story every once in a while, but it's best received like intimately, like so. So Rochelle, my girlfriend. Rochelle, say hi. I've grown really close with her family, and so her grandpa and us, we always get together and share a couple too many cocktails, and he always tells all tales of his youth and young adulthood and everything. So the story he tells is of how he met and married Rochelle's grandmother. So they were, story goes, they kind of, back it up just a sec. She was from like a Jewish family, and they were really strongly into not really getting outside of the whole Jewish thing. Just totally not to sound like an idiot or anything. And he was from, I think, a Catholic background, but they fell in love and they sort of snuck off together and got a place, and they were kind of living in sin, and this was really frowned upon by her family, and so the phone rang one night, and so Lois picked it up, and she was like, "Oh, hello," and it was her mom, and she was like, "Listen, your dad is he felt seriously ill, and he's in big trouble, and I think you need to come home and be with the family, because we're gonna see him off, and if he doesn't leave, like, this is just an intense family moment, so please don't bring Richard, just come alone." And she was like, "No problem." Put down the phone, and she was just like, "Obviously, I'm there," and Richard was understanding. But the phone rang like 30 seconds later, and she picked it up, and it was the telephone operator, because it was the time of this telephone switchboard operator where they connect the calls and whatnot. And so this telephone switchboard operator, and she was like, "Listen, I got to tell you that I listened in the phone call, and she was like, this is not part of my job description," but she's like, "I also listened in to your parents talking while I was," and she said, "Your mom's full of shit." And she said your mom was basically saying, "I'll do anything to get her back. I don't care. I'll tell her you're sick. I'll tell her you're dying." He was like, "Oh, geez." And so basically the telephone operators spilled the beans big time, and so Lois put down the phone, and they were like, "Let's just go seal the deal right now," and they took off and got married right then and there. And it was like, till death do us part was the idea, at least and it's just so cool that I think that that switchboard operator sort of made that choice to risk her job, and then it's just, you know, you follow that chain of events, because they did stay together, and then their product was like 2 kids, and then they had kids, and somehow I met my girlfriend, and I just think it's so interesting. So
oh, you got a phone call on the operator?
Is that a way of talking about my stories going on too long? So then I heard this story, and then in putting together the song, just because the song doesn't just follow that as a straight up story, but it takes sort of the character of Richard, the young man in love, and it takes sort of the father figure as kind of the enemy, and as these one verse is sort of from the young man's perspective, and one verse is from the dad's perspective, and so that's how I kind of put it all together, and that's how it kind of makes sense, anyways. So.
Therefore I'm a only man, I'm a only man. I'm a only man. Your daughter's love for me lies deeper than her faith. Running away with you, boy, would be the worst mistake. So come on, honey, oh, would you take me by the hand? Yeah, boy, I'm just a shadow of land, oh, land. Dark birds of the blind man, they saw the sun, yeah. They saw the sun, but full of faith and love.